Yo, it's got me on small mode again. Like I hate when it starts like this. Do you know how like when you come into your studio, you just need things like laid out, man? No, I'm just playing with you guys. What's going on, guys? It's got me on small picture mode. Don't know why. I'll blow it up for 2 seconds. Oh, now it has me blurry. Hey, maybe you know what? You know what? I'm throwing the whole stream away. I'm going home, guys. So. No, seriously, what's going on, everybody? I appreciate everybody for tuning in, guys. Definitely smash that like button, retweet, all that good stuff, depending on where you guys are watching this, or if you're watching the pre-recorded version, definitely tune in and tell a friend, man. I appreciate you guys for watching. Got Grind Time in the building, who will be joining us, guys. Man, what's going on, Grind Time?
What's good, man? Oh, I can't even see you. Hold on, let me zoom in real quick. There you are. There you are.
Yeah.
What's good, man? How was your weekend?
Man, it was pretty good. It's pretty good, man. So I can't complain. You know what I mean? Had to fake MELTDOWN on StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with their layouts now, but like they're randomly making you small and in different occasions. It's okay though. Like I can deal with it. Hopefully you had a good weekend, man. You know what I mean? Everything cool.
Yeah, out and about, chilling with the family. Got out, touched some grass, the whole nine. Grind a little in the trenches. It was nice. Nice weekend.
Yeah, definitely. So, man, there's been, I guess, a lot of motion in the market, man. I guess what you define as motion is, you know what I mean? It can be different. Some people define motion as the motion going up, the chart going up, an uptrend. People don't like motion in a downward trend normally. You know what I mean? That's just not something people are a fan of. I can definitely understand that. And even looking right now, like if you look at the volume for the 24-hour trading volume right now that I put on the screen, it looks like we're having a really good day. You know what I mean? It looks like we're bullish. And then you look at the total market cap for a 24-hour period, and it's down 1.7%. So, you know what I mean? So definitely some mixed signals going around. A lot of people are confused about the general direction of the market. And I think they've been confused for the last like a couple months at this point. You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
No, I think it's trying to really, like today when I looked and I got up this morning and I pulled everything up, it really looked like, it wants to go, it wants to push forward, but there's just too many catalysts that's kind of holding it back right now. And I think everybody's just kind of waiting. They're waiting for tomorrow. They're waiting for, a couple other things to see how they play out. And then depending on what news we have that comes out tomorrow, like we're going to tap into a couple of articles. But depending on what news comes out tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes from there. But I don't see where it's going to run, dramatically anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way right now. It says on CoinGecko that we're at a $2.7 trillion market cap. It's a little bit different story if you're looking at total market cap on TradingView, which is showing you like the active view of what's going on right this second. And on here it says we're at about a $2.63 trillion market cap globally. So some things that I can possibly point out, because I feel like we always kind of start at this point, because this gives you a full scope of what's going on in the entire crypto market. I feel like, you know what I mean? So you get to kind of see like where we're sitting as far as like support levels, where we should be trading at this current time. I think this chart really helps identify stuff like that. But right now, as you guys can see, I'll expand it just a little bit for you guys. Let's go. Bam. All right, so if we expand it, I'll close this up, give us some more room and spread it out. So what we're looking at right here is us kind of sitting on this support level, which is good. You know what I mean? Like it's not bad for us to be kind of sitting on this support level. You know what I mean? It could be retesting to try to see if we can go back up, but in collaboration to, you know what I mean, having you know what I mean, just different catalysts that are not working in our favor right this second. And you're looking at the smart money slowly kind of kind of dissipate. We had a spike, and then you see from the spike we had a decline in the smart money for the market right that second. So it's just really interesting looking at how the price is kind of reacting to all of the news that's coming out. And even still, we're kind of still staying in this range, but it depends on, I feel like, how these next two candles close on this week chart. If you're really trying to pay attention to it, if we close underneath this range right here, because we're just now starting the week, it's Monday. So if we close underneath here, you know what I mean, we're going to have a real interesting decision at this point to kind of trade sideways around this point until we squeeze once again, which would not be a bad thing. Also, I feel like that gives us a little bit of time to kind of build up momentum, but that does mean a little bit steeper decline inside of the market. So we would come down a bit to maybe around like $2.5 trillion market cap or so. Or it could come underneath it a little bit, bounce, and then come back up, and then trade, and then we'll squeeze a little bit. So it really depends on how the market kind of reacts to the news that we're getting here. But I know that Grind Time has an article of something that's going on over there. Grind Time, you go ahead and hit that for
me. Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull it up. Pull it up for you. And as we know, tomorrow's April 2nd, or no, on April 2nd, we have a Liberation Day, right? Liberation Day for the tariffs is coming. So we saw over the weekend, Trump was talking about possibly hitting a 25% tax on the auto industry. So we're going to see how that's going to play out. And we're also seeing the effects, well, not really effects, but kind of what's determining and what's the outcome of what's to come regarding the market. So most of the economic analysis says U.S. families would have to absorb the cost of his tariffs in the form of high prices and lower incomes. But at least that's what this article is stating. But we just have to kind of wait and see what comes out on Liberation Day. Is it possible that the tariffs are short-lived as well? Are they going to be long-term? Are they going to put in place long-term? Are they going to be, short-lived? Again, we're going to have to wait and see and hear what Trump has in store and what he's planning moving forward. So,
yeah, I think the overall goal with the tariffs is to, one, of course, build revenue back up for America, but also to kind of regain some of that power that he feels like he was lost just due to previous management or mismanagement, if you will. You know what I mean? So garnished a lot of debt, also garnished a lot of people kind of either charging more or utilizing more resources. So it's definitely a lot behind it. A lot of people have their own opinions of it. There was an announcement that the auto trades were actually going to be higher. So I think there was I don't know which dealerships put it out, but there were some dealerships and some announcements that went out towards my way. I don't know if they went out your way, that is going to be a 25% raise on cars that
yeah,
buying. So
yeah. And that's, again, he's trying to combat what's been going on against us all that time. We see a lot of companies go overseas, and why? Because it's cheaper to mass produce, right? So he's just trying to combat and make America, similar to what's going on over there, to try to keep our jobs in the States and have business from other countries do business with us, more so to where people leaving. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I don't know what's your take, regarding.
I think that a lot of right now, a lot of people are, at least retail traders, are disappointed in the current state of the market. They feel like at this point, like, we should be, you know what I mean, a little bit further than what we are. But I think people are not understanding how far we've gone before really kicking into having like serious bullish sentiment in the market. Like, going up to $109,000 all-time high for Bitcoin is definitely a big move. For me, I thought it was going to take longer to get to 100,000, especially when we were in the middle of the bear. I just thought it was going to take more momentum and a lot more things, but so many announcements have been popping up out of nowhere, and they're bullish catalysts, but it's just being weighed down by tariffs and what kind of toll this is going to take on people, I guess, as this goes forward, and the prices of everything kind of raise. So it's going to be interesting kind of watching things level out. But as of right this second, the news, I would say, by just looking at the global market cap, the news has been taken okay at this second, because there wasn't a knee-jerk reaction to just everybody just liquidating and kind of feeling like there's no hope. The government has said multiple times that we're not close to recession state, and they're not trying to, you know what I mean, push us towards a recession state to kind of help the inflation and everything that's going on. So I don't know. I particularly think that there is a chance in us kind of losing a little bit more volume out of the market. Some more people pulling out. I feel like we could possibly see like that $2.5 trillion market cap, or a little bit lower, 2.4, and then kind of bounce and then go up. I just see that as a possibility, but there's multiple possibilities. I also feel like if we hold this range and kind of close above this spot, then we should be in a solid state to consolidate around this range, maybe go up and down around this range, and then kind of introduce more volume as we go through a couple more weeks of this kind of wild cycle that we're having right now. But we'll see exactly what we got going on, because we'll throw it over the grind with these crypto bubbles and see what's out there dominating. Usually it's Bitcoin with all its volume pushing the market. But what we got?
Yeah, and I real quick, I believe just to bounce back to what you were saying, I believe Jerome Powell has a speech as well in the coming days as well, so he's gonna probably touch on the economics as well, like he always does. So that's something to look into as well. But as for today, again, it's been a lot greener than from this morning when I woke up, but it's kind of just in limbo. Bitcoin's up 0.3, 1.6 trillion market cap. So, but for the week volume, it's still down 5.4%. We got ETH up 1%. And look, even with that ETH 1% up, it's sitting at $1,822. So, ETH's been struggling. The week they're down 12% for the week. Sol's up 0.5%, $125.40. This one as well, down 10.3% for the week. SWI's down 3.4% today, sitting at a 7.19 billion market cap, and down 4.5% for the week. So overall, it's kind of like I said, we're gonna have to wait and see what tomorrow. If this is gonna continue to stay green, or if it's gonna bleed out again tomorrow. Pepe's up 3.5%. You got
If you had to guess, what's your guess? What direction are we headed with what we got kind of shaking up for tomorrow? You kind of see the market kind of almost anticipating the news also.
Yeah, I honestly think it's gonna bleed out a bit, and that's my personal opinion. Obviously, you could take it with a grain of salt, but I just don't see, with everything that's going to be addressed tomorrow. I just don't see it being bullish to me. But how do you feel? You think it's gonna? I mean, when we looked at the overall market cap, the retail and the smart money's just kind of combating with each other. There's not a lot of smart money really pushing into the market right now. So again, everybody's just kind of waiting and seeing.
Yeah. It's just It is a bit of a weight right now, and I will say if you pay attention to that and the smart money in this range, it definitely is kind of in like a neutral state to where it's like undecided what direction we want to push, but more retail money is kind of coming in as this is a support level. It's not a bad area to try to DCA, you know what I mean? Because like I said, worst case scenario, well, I'm hoping worst case scenario is unless something catastrophic happens. I can't control anything like that, you know what I mean? So we do have indicators that are one telling us that A, we broke into a downtrend. B, we're still not out of the downtrend right now. We got a neutral candle on this particular week. You know what I mean? But we got more and more retail money kind of coming into the market and neutral amount of smart money on a longer time frame. So it definitely can go on in an instance where I said if we break this level of support, we come down, break down to like a 2.5 or 2.4 trillion dollar market cap, which would definitely decline tokens like Bitcoin. Ethereum's already been taking its own hit. So we just said we're looking at that. Bitcoin sitting at 82,000 to whereas we were kind of pushing up and around like 87 or so for a little bit, but the decline started to set in down 6.5% on a 7-day period. ETH has been definitely taking a whooping, so it went over 2K. You know what I mean? People were kind of bullish, had bullish sentiment when Bitcoin was over 87 and ETH was at least over 2,000 again for once. But over a 7-day period, ETH has just been really taking an ass whooping right there. This is no other way to say that one. 12.5% on a 7-day period. So one of the higher percentages that we've kind of seen as far as downtrends recently. XRP, another one. I kept explaining to you guys. We had to push up to around like what was it, like 225, 230 or something like that. And there was a euphoric feeling for like in the XRP community, but my thoughts were still, as I say, that we were going to come down to $1 and some change possibly. So it looks like we're at $2.09 right now, down 2.3% on a 24-hour period and 15.2% on on a 7-day period. So it's even beating out ETH right now as far as its downtrend. So definitely not a race that you're trying to win, but this is currently what we're looking at. You know what I mean? So XRP down right now could be, like I said, if our market cap globally comes down to about 2.5 or so, and we're at about a 2.6 right now. I know it doesn't sound like a super steep drop, but I think that definitely takes XRP underneath $2. It probably takes Ethereum at the very least in between 1,400 to like 1,200 range. I feel like, depending on how steep the decline is. We may see Bitcoin be one of the only ones to kind of maintain a little bit just because we have more volume and more of a bullish nature and more buy orders towards support levels. So we may see Bitcoin towards like 79, 80, where we have support levels at. But if it breaks that range, then it could really break down a bit, which will definitely decline the rest of the market. But if we can see Bitcoin hold that 80K range, which I'll go through with you guys on the chart, once I actually switch to that screen, we can definitely regain some bullish nature in the market. I feel like that's going to be one of the key things that we're going to have to pay attention to. I feel like Bitcoin is definitely going to have to perform. But I know we got an article up on Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and switch over to that. What you got, Grant?
Yeah, speaking of Bitcoin, I found this one pretty interesting because we know how heavily involved the Trump administration is in crypto. He said it, while he was campaigning, and we understand his sons as well. What we see, we saw the Trump token and Milani with the meme coins. They started with that, and then you got World Liberty Financial, decentralized finance protocol backed by President Trump and his sons. They were talking about a U.S. stabilized coin, right? And then you have Trump Media and Technology Group announced last week about a strategic partnership with Crypto.com. Well, now this one is talking about Eric Trump and Donald Trump entering into a partnership with Bitcoin mining firm Hut 8 to launch American Bitcoin. So, as per the statement, Hut 8 contributed to most of its mining infrastructure to American data centers formed by a group of investors, including Eric and Donald Trump Jr., in exchange for the majority stake in the company. So They're aiming to become the world's largest miner with goal of reaching 50 EH in hash rate. So this is something to look at. Definitely piqued my interest when I came across this article. And again, we know what they're trying to build. With the crypto administration that they and being pro crypto, and they're living up to living up to everything they've said thus far, right?
Yeah, so we're definitely getting to where I feel like the news kind of settles in, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of understands what's going on and what's kind of building up a bit. Yeah, it's been a rough ride, you know what I mean? Things have been expensive already as it is. So I know people definitely don't like hearing that things are going to get more expensive, you know what I mean? That's just not something that people like to hear, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear that I'm going to have to pay for more of something else, you know what I mean? So but let's dive through just these ranges that we're sitting at and what I was kind of explaining to you guys with Bitcoin to start. So we got our uptrend. We're on a week chart right now. So you see the trend that the market cap is in for the global market cap is pretty much the same trend that we're in for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the majority of the volume in the market right now. Strictly just red candles as of right now on a week chart. Um, like I said, we had a spike of volume and then kind of stagnant right now. We could still push down. This doesn't mean just because it's holding in this range that we can't push down. I think it's just kind of undecided what direction it's trying to go right this second. So we definitely could have Bitcoin hold this range, as I was kind of explaining to you guys, around what is this, around like 80K or so. So could go 79K, you know what I mean, 78 possibly, depending on how bad of a downtrend we actually get, if we do get one. But as long as we hold this range and actually can close above this green line right here, I think that Bitcoin is still solid, and this might be our local bottom for a little bit. So as long as we have this range as a local bottom, we'll be cool. This will kind of level out, trade sideways for a bit choppy possibly, and we should recover from there, which will kind of restore some of the bullish nature in the market. I feel like ETH is a totally different story. I feel like get this out the way. All right, so with ETH, we've not only like tried to hold this range multiple times, and it just was not doing well with holding it. Broke this range where we should have held around like 1900 or so. If we could have stayed above 2K, we would have been gold and probably chopped sideways for a little bit, and this possibly would have been our local bottom for ETH. But we did break this range, and with us breaking this range, we're already getting some price action rejection as we're trying to go up. So this is just telling me that this is going to continue to come down, is what it looks like. I was kind of saying we may or may not hold, depending on how we try to hold this range. But as you can see, it's beginning to ignore this range and also going up for the retest. And the retest is just not getting enough volume for us to push forward. So if we got a little bit more volume on this, it could be a lot better. But we just don't have the volume there. So right this second, our indicator to kind of validate that, you can see we've been going neutral and then back red. So we're neutral right now, possibly push back red since the volume is not pushing us up to this next level. Then the next thing you pay attention to is the lack of smart money that we have in the market and the abundance of retail money kind of trying to buy ETH and kind of hold us in certain ranges, and it's just not working enough. Big Bertha's back. It's just not big enough on this one, and we can't, you know what I mean, retail's just not holding it up. It's not working. That's just not how this is going to play out well for you guys. You know what I mean? Just everybody in the market that's rooting for ETH right now, we're taking the L right this second, and it's because of the lack of smart money and the lack of momentum and demand not really being pushed towards ETH right this second. So we're possibly going to continue to decline. So what does that mean for projects on ETH right this second? It you know what I mean? It could get bad for us, you know what I mean? Or it could get good for you. Depends on how you're looking at this opportunity. If you missed Ethereum at $1,000, man, maybe suit up, lace your boots up, man. We might be revisiting those ranges again, because I told you guys, once we kind of entered into this zone in between 1900 to about, I'll say about a little bit lower than 1200 to 1000, you know what I mean, around that range. this is going to be our next pocket that we're going to be working with. So we're not just going to, we'll probably retest a few times. So we'll stay around this range and retest. But if it doesn't at least try to change the direction around here, go up, retest, and at least try to break this range to try to utilize this 1900 to 2000 range is like a support level. We're gonna come down further and further into this range and kind of break down until we once again hit a strong support level, which would be around like 1200, 1100 range. So let me see. Nobody wants to pay more with a family. I definitely get that. What up, John? If it closes about the line, do you think that's the new floor for Bitcoin? Let me see. Let's go back to it. So if it closes for this candle in particular, so my thought process will be as long as we can close above this range, yeah, I do think this will be our new local floor for Bitcoin. I think that we'll hold around this 80 to like 82,000 range and probably teeter tot, you know what I mean, between here. And then once we get more momentum and volume in the market, that's when we'll start to take off towards the upside, and then we'll try to retest this 89 to 90K range. That's what I'm kind of seeing for the market. And appreciate everybody who's stopping in, man. Definitely be interactive, man. Get in the comments, man. It was a little bit slow, so I didn't see any comments pop up. So I do apologize for that, John. But yeah, no, that's what I'm kind of viewing for that. So if you guys got any questions, drop them in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys disagree with me, anything I'm saying, I'm not saying I like to argue, but I definitely like that rebuttal that we can kind of have, throwing knowledge out there, kind of getting some more people educated in this space and kind of paying attention to the overall sentiment of the market. So I just think that that's a good thing to have, you know what I mean? So, but overall, Bitcoin's looking the best out of everything in the market, and we really need Bitcoin to perform for us to have positive and bullish sentiment inside of the market. Bitcoin's the front runner right now. Bitcoin's what everybody's trying to do reserves on right this second. It's not the only one, but it's the main one that people have their focus on. ETH is falling out of the focus. So it's like I said, unless we get some retests around this range, we really don't want to just continue to like free fall. So we get bad news and we lose even this range to come down further than this. We may or may not try to retest at that point because we may have fallen too far to where we're already in this channel and we're just going to begin to trade sideways. And at that point, we would need to find another range of like soft support to where we would kind of be able to bounce at. So for me, if I had to identify, let's just say underneath our yellow, I'll change it to another color or something, but this will probably be our next range that we may have another bounce at. What color do I want it to be? Grind, pick a color, man.
We'll go orange.
Orange. I was thinking orange, bro. It's crazy, man. All right, so this will be our just our short-term like bounce range that we may have, you know what I mean? So if we continue to come down on ETH and you know what I mean, let's just say boom, we get a real big sell-off, 9 times out of 10 this is probably where that sell-off will get bought up to. It'll probably get bought up to around 1600. From there we'll have to realize what direction we want to go in the market. Do we want to hold this range? Do we want to push up and retest from regaining this range? That we still have no momentum or volume on ETH. I think that we now create another pocket, you know what I mean, that we're kind of in between, but we'll see how it plays out depending on how people react to the news. So you know how that goes. But Doge, I know Doge was you know what I mean, hot for a bit. Elon kind of you know what I mean, slow walking his way into the government. Everybody kind of feels like wherever Elon goes, Doge goes. You know what I mean? You can buy a Tesla with Doge right now, you know what I mean, if you wanted to. So I think a lot of people were correlating that he was going to kind of implement Dogecoin into either like Doge itself or, you know what I mean, some part of the economy would kind of utilize Doge, which would propel it to success. I don't know how you feeling about that, Grind Time, but I know you got an article up about that one too, and then we'll dive right back into the chart.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Doge, right? What does he run? He's Department of Government Efficiency. So he's the chief, as we all know. But I came across this, and I hate to be
The Debbie Downer.
Bad news bears and Debbie Downer, however you want to put it. But according to Elon Musk, he has no plans of. He clarified the U.S. government has no plans to embrace the popular meme coin Dogecoin. So, if anybody out there, Doge maxis are holding massive amounts, at least this point in time, he has no plans. That doesn't mean it could change, in the future. But as of right now, he stated that there's no plans for the government to embrace Dogecoin.
Well, let's get a little bit more controversial than that. So have you heard the rumors going around and seeing posts about Elon actually stepping down from Doge at the end of May?
That I did not.
So there was a couple articles that were out. I don't know if it's rumors or not. I haven't heard it come. I need to hear it come out of his mouth for me to actually like believe anything is going on, because I feel like people will put something out just because it can possibly go viral. You know what I mean? He has been taking a beating as far as like his shareholdings with Tesla, and just overall Tesla's kind of being like damaged and stuff like that. His name kind of being smeared in different articles and videos and such like that. So you know what I mean? It's definitely something that could be believable. You know what I mean? But I don't know how credible the source was that I found it from, and I haven't really heard it circulate. And I feel like that would have been something that was like circulating on a massive scale. How do you feel about that? You think that would?
Well, I know that he was saying that they've been getting death threats as well. So yeah. I mean, it very well possibly could be, but I just pulled something up here. As you stated it, Musk out at Doge, plans to step down at the end of May as Tesla dealerships targeted stock.
I don't know if you want to pop it up. You can pop it up.
Yeah, I don't know how factual or like the source of where it's coming from, but let's throw it up here.
Yeah. So that, like I said, I don't know if it's truthful, but you know what I mean. It's information that's out there that's kind of being discussed right this second. That could be swaying a lot of people's decision in the market. You know what I mean? Like if you're hearing rumors about it, you know what I mean. Possibly somebody heard him saying it, or maybe he said it in an interview that maybe I missed or something like that. So I've been trying to comb through some social media to see if I can see anything else that validates this. So let's see what you got.
So yeah, like I said, this is from The Hill. Again, I don't know how credible this is, but
that's the video also.
Yeah.
Elon Musk speaking with Brett Baer on Fox Thursday night about Doge and what he calls a government resolution to cut spending. But that revolution will soon continue without the billionaire. Musk also saying that his time at the head of Trump's cost-cutting agency will be coming to a close at the end of May. That's due to the 130-day limit on his official role as a special government employee. Joining us now with more details is The Hill's White House.
All right, so I guess he had a limit of his term there. So
okay, so but that's interesting though. Like, has it really already been at 130 days? Has it been that long?
Yeah, we're going into well, at the end of May it will be, right?
So right, but that's crazy. Like, I feel like time's flying, right?
So yeah, that's news to me. Something I learned today. So hopefully the listeners as well. But I just that's interesting.
Do we feel like it's reinstated? Do we feel like it's reinstated? Do we see more momentum loss from Dogecoin just from the fact that most of the momentum from the pump that we had, like if you pay attention to the like right here, like look at this pump. Like let me see where this started at. Let me see. So we had a nice little pump around, what is this, October, November, and what time is that? When is it?
Election time.
There we go. So we get a massive. Well, where were we sitting at? We were sitting at 14 cents for a bit, right? You know what I mean? Like really, the consolidation was around like 10 cents. Mm-hmm. Like this is where you see the point of control being identified at this point. You know what I mean? This is where we traded the most. So this is where, you know what I mean, it was really consolidating around 10 cents. So we're sitting around 16 cents right this second. We're 9 times out of 10, especially with this kind of bearish information And then it's like you got bearish information as far as like it not being incorporated in anything, which is what people really wanted. Then you got Elon stepping down at the end of May. You know what I mean? You got him for a little bit right now. I'm pretty sure it's up in the air as far as like maybe that gets reinstated. I mean, Trump can do what he wants to as far as that, right? Like, how do you create something and then bam, just immediately the person who was kind of heading everything kind of steps down and walks away. So interesting things that you kind of have to mull over that are either becoming catalysts for positive movement or negative movement. So we ran all the way up to about 50 cents on Dogecoin. So from just that bullish catalyst and momentum of pretty much Elon being incorporated with the government, we got a 5x on Dogecoin from 10 cents to 50 cents, which is that's nuts, right? I feel like that's crazy amount of momentum just in Dogecoin.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it depends on what happens. You know, if he does step down, which direction does Dogecoin go from there?
I think it continues down.
You know?
I think Dogecoin continues down, and you know, Dogecoin has like its own like chain also. So you got NFTs and such on there. So the NFT values essentially probably take a little bit of a hit from there, just because the overall chain becomes a little less relevant. I feel like, because if you had like NFTs on that chain, you know what I mean, listed at a certain amount, the value of Doge goes up to like $1 or something like that, or $1 above. It would have been extremely bullish for that chain, I feel like. But with it losing momentum like it's been losing, it's just interesting to watch at this point. You know what I mean? Because it definitely, if you look at the trend, like it's definitely a downtrend. We have not found a solid floor for this just yet. I think that the next possible pit stop for this one is probably right here. Where is this? Around what, like 15 cents or so. So we're almost pretty much at the bottom, and then we could possibly see a squeeze right here if you got volume. But if we do not have volume, it's just going to squeeze and push this down even further towards that 10 cents range. So it's gonna have to keep an eye out for that one and kind of see how that goes. But speaking of keeping an eye out for things, and hopefully people are keeping an eye out for just DeFi as a whole also. Actually, you know what, before I do that too, I thought this was hilarious. So Jim Jim Cramer says I can't think of a dumber day to buy stocks than today. So I don't say I disagree with him. You know what I mean? Normally, most people don't like Jim Cramer's investment advice. But
so guess where everybody's going now? They're going to buy stocks.
Right. So just do the opposite of this guy, and you make some money is usually the concept that people have.
And before you jump into DeFi, I want you to pull up this article. It is nothing like,
let's see what we got,
relevant, but it's interesting that I came across, especially if you're an Android user. Those that hold iPhones, it doesn't pertain to you, but I guess you got to get with the times. But no, on a serious note, you know, while you're out there trading, you definitely want to make sure you're safe. Don't click on links that you know are not familiar with. Private DMs, don't mess with them if you don't know with anybody. But there is it's called Crocdilius, new Crocdilius Android malware. It's a malware attack that steals sensitive crypto wallet credentials. So I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention as they're out there, whether in the trenches, minting new NFT projects. Always, you know, mind your P's and Q's and understand that, you know, there are people out there trying to take advantage of you or steal your information. And if you're an Android user, look out for this one. It's a highly capable mobile banking malware dubbed Crocdilius, targets Android devices, extorting sensitive crypto wallet credentials using social engineering tactics. So just wanted to bring the information to the listeners if they're
man,
watching us on their Android right now, you know.
Yeah, Yeah, no, like that. Anything security wise is always good. Like I actually want to. I may just go over a security stream one day so people can actually stay as safe as possible. I definitely would not want to like help people learn how to utilize things, read the market a little bit better. You make some money and then you lose it to a scammer. Like I think that would be the worst outcome. Just you know what I mean. It's real discouraging at that point. You know what I mean. It's like damn. Like I finally understand it. I made some money and then I lose it. Like that can definitely make a lot of people want to move. I've seen a lot of people get their wallets compromised. So yeah, definitely a big topic. But in the meantime, let's jump over here and see what in the meantime has going on. So we have been in a little bit of a downtrend, trying to find a bottom here. So it looks like we have stayed around this pocket of about 800K to about 1 milli. So definitely think that we have some potential here if you've been paying attention to like what's going on with this one. We had a space and it's actually on their page and my page if you guys didn't check it out. Definitely a lot of information that they go over. This is not, I feel like, your regular meme coin. Definitely there's a lot of different features to this one. I actually put a post out about that also, like from the TikTok swap to the tap game to the community that's trying to teach people to actually be better investors, to so many different aspects of this token that actually just scream that this is going to do well in the not just the near future, but just on a long-term scale of them trying to push their goal of pushing past a $1 billion market cap. So a lot of potential to be had here. And for me, these ranges are definitely dollar cost average ranges, just because I feel like I know the potential of this. They've kind of held this around like I said, 800,000 to like a 1 milli until like they're like kind of done cooking and building the different things they're doing. More and more people are getting introduced to this project just because of the bullish nature that it has going on. And I just really feel like this is going to be a huge token and a huge loss if you kind of fade what this team is building. They have a lot of things already built and ready for you guys to utilize. The tap game is already earning people some tokens there. They got 20% of the supply allocated just for the tap game. So if you have time, you want to put the effort in, then you can make a significant amount, especially with the price being as low as it is right now, and you being able to accumulate just by tapping your phone is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Especially with 20% of supply kind of being up for grabs. The pot is definitely thick on that one. 20% of the supply is got to be a crazy amount, even at this market cap right this second. But I can't imagine how much money they're giving away pretty much at $1 billion market cap. That's got to be insane amounts of money that they're going to be able to just give away, plus the mining protocol that they're actually putting in place to where that's already earning revenue right now. So a lot of people who's focused on the chart and the overall market right this second. I think that the overall goal for me, while I'm playing this kind of crypto game that we're playing, because this is kind of what it is. It's like it's a strategic game to where you're almost playing chess and you need to make the right moves to move forward so that you actually make revenue. You buy when nobody's really paying attention to it, when the demand is not there, but you know that it has a good potential of being there and it has long-term potential, because that's when you maximize and make your most money and you're able to collect more of the supply, which allows you to, along the way, as this progresses to different stages, 50 mil, 100 mil, 500 mil, you're able to take profits, and your profits are usually more than you put into the project, and you still have a significant part of your bag, and you're still able to DCA on dips or kind of still improve, as you know this will still have potential to go higher, which is just crazy to me. So definitely something that you want to do.
Yeah, timing is everything with this one, right? So you want to make sure you are looking at your investment, and if you're in it, great time to DCA right now. If you're tuning in for the first time with us and you're just now being introduced to In the Meantime, make sure you go and check out their X account, or if you want to go to inthemeantime.io on their website, and they got all their information there. But do your own research. dive in again. Cuff had a space with the devs last Friday, I think it was, I think it was last Friday, and the dev had, I believe he had flown. I think he was in New York, and he had an investor in the vehicle with him while he was on the space, and the investor was talking. I thought that was pretty interesting, believe it or not, because even you're getting you're getting information from an investor's point of view, not just the dev's point of view. But everything that I heard on that space was pretty darn bullish to me. On top of if you go on to again their X account, and you can see the mining rigs. It's absolutely massive. I've never seen something to that caliber, and ITMT is rolling that out. So very, very bullish on this one myself.
Yeah, definitely. This is a token that I feel like is definitely going to be around for a while. But just since we're just completely on the topic of, in the meantime, definitely tune in Friday where we'll have Mr. T on. We're going to be putting that one out today, so you guys will be able to kind of set reminders. So if you guys are fans of In the Meantime, you definitely probably fans of Mr. T, man. Come out and see us chop it up about the market, about In the Meantime, and a bunch of other cool stuff, guys. So definitely show up for that one. Also, we're going to be putting out a schedule that's in a cool form that you guys probably haven't seen in a while. You know what I mean? So there's just some hints for that one. So definitely put some engagement on that post if you guys like it and like the theme that we're kind of going with, because we got our Twitter space tomorrow. Real deal, no pickle. If you guys have not seen that one, go ahead and put in a retweet on that, man. Come out and chat it up with us if you guys want to go over the market or just anything in general, man. We're kind of be having a just open space to kind of start it off and kick it off for our first episode of Real Deal, No Pickle, man. We're gonna have me and Grind hosting this one, so hopefully you guys come out and chop it up with us. You know what I mean? Should be a real blast there. But I think that probably the thing that's the previous meta that was in right this second, I think it was like the I think it's called Ghibli art. You know what I mean? If I'm pronouncing it right, please let me know. You know what I mean? That was definitely a big thing for a little bit. You know what I mean? Token ran up to I think like 20-30 million or something like that, fresh out of pump fund. So I think Grind has an article or something similar.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it everywhere, right? I know I did. Especially if you were in pump fund and you're sitting in the trenches. Early, end of last week, early last week, mid last week, sometime last week. I don't. My days are running together. Diving in them. But this article just showed, Ghibli meme coin hits a market cap of 16 million within a day of launch. So we saw it everywhere. I think you were right. It was sitting at 25 million, and then you've seen every other meme coin try to imitate. It was Ghibli this, Ghibli that, Ghibli this, and then we also saw Ghibli art throughout X.
Yeah.
Different NFTs. Trying that using the Grok feature. So meme coins are still pumping.
Yeah. There's definitely some that got some volume still in it, man. But one thing that I did notice with this one, which is what I've noticed with a lot of them. So this is the Ghibli token right here.
Mm-hmm.
Full screener, so you guys get the full perspective of it. But so this is it. So you see our peak up here. It looks like it might have gotten to like 40 million or so, but right now we're sitting at a $7.4 million valuation right this second. $4.3 million in volume, and I'm almost positive a lot of that is selling pressure. So if there's just been a situation to where you have that uptrend, and then from that uptrend you have a pullback. From the first pullback, if the token has been validated, it's got some marketing out there, something like that, or you just see a really nice push for it on X, you'll normally see it recover. Bam, we get the recovery right there, and then we even go up just a little bit more, which, you know what I mean, this wick would have been my indicator, like, yep, we're exhausting up some volume, and this might be a good point to exit, because this has been as of right this second, this has been a PvP market, and until more volume comes into the market, it's going to continue to be a PvP market. And regardless of people trying to build communities and such like that, most people are trying to gain revenue to either A, DCA and other projects, B, buy more ETH or buy more Bitcoin, you know what I mean, or whatever else they want to do as far as blue chips, NFT, stuff like that, or just bills, really, because the market hasn't been running really well for a lot of different things. And then most people are getting into tokens. They're hearing about them late. They're getting in on like pumps like this. They see the money go up to like right here, and then bam, here comes the downtrend. So a lot of people are losing money by not being able to identify these downtrends, and also like riding this thing down and hoping that it bounces and goes back up. So we would have got some hope right here, like, yeah, it's going back up, and then boom, you know what I mean? And you think, oh, okay, it's consolidating, it's holding its range, boom, you know what I mean? Oh, this is holding its range, boom, you know what I mean? It starts coming down to more lower ranges. And that's just what I've been seeing, just from looking at the trenches and projects that I've been launching as of recently. I don't know how you've been seeing it, Graham, but is that your picture of the market?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, that the communities can't build like they used to, right? Because everybody's just after each other. The PvP, maybe maybe we'll see a change. Not anytime soon, but I think everybody's just kind of get in, get out type of deal, gain their money, and go on to the next play.
Yeah.
We see it time and time again in the market, but I like I said, this one was a nice runner, but you see it's kind of retraced some and consolidated, and see where it goes from there. But it was a good
Yeah,
good meme.
It was a good run. I feel like it's a good run.
Good
But
meta.
I'm not saying it's dead. You know what I mean? There's a lot of tokens that come back once the market recovers. You know what I mean? Maybe it consolidates around like a because it's definitely gonna go down some more. I feel like it's gonna consolidate around like a $2-3 million market cap. If it can consolidate and hold around that range, then yeah, it could possibly have some potential to go back up. Just not in the current state of the market right now, and the meta kind of fading as of right this second. You already know these metas come out and they leave kind of quick. So you got to be able to catch the trend and not the downtrend. So once the metas come out, man, it starts really taking flight, man. You can make some money there. If you're catching it on the later side, it's already 30, 40 plus million, you know what I mean? And you don't know anything about it, and you're just DJing, and sometimes it's just not worth it. The gains are not there for you to kind of get in and make money at that point. So you're just kind of buying into the trend and becoming exit liquidity. But could this push forward from this $7 million market cap? I mean, anything's possible. I feel like it's been trading sideways around this range. It is squeezing on the Bollinger Bands, as you can kind of see these squeeze right here. Indicator as far as stochastic, it has been going up, just not a whole lot of volume right this second. We're only at about 8.9K right this second. But on the longer time frames, we're just not with shorter time frames, we're just not getting a whole lot of volume. You're getting a little bit of push on the 1 hour, but like I said, you never know. You know what I mean? It looks like it could be a bottom out at this point. But the volume pushes down in the market tomorrow. I think it comes down a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe we'll just watch this one to kind of see how it does. If it has the potential to pass its all-time high, I mean, that would still be not a bad entry. I think you get in about now, it'd be a lot of 5x or so from what was previous all-time high. And if it can push past that, you know what I mean? Get a little bit more. You never know with cryptocurrency. You just got to kind of watch, see if it develops a floor, see if the community still sticks with the meta. But usually these things are gone within like 48 to 72 hours. Like the meta wears off, all of the derivatives kind of wear off, and then we're off to another race. So pretty much wraps this one up. I think we've been going for about 54 minutes, man. Give you guys a lot of different information that you guys can kind of review, just the overall state of the market, global market cap, give you some information on tariffs, and tomorrow's kind of a bigger day in the market to kind of see which way we're going to be moving forward. Bitcoin and Dogecoin, ETH, all of them are kind of taking a hit right now. So it's just been an interesting market, and we're gonna have to play it by ear. Tomorrow is going to be a bigger day, so maybe tune into that Real Deal No Pickle tomorrow Twitter space, and we'll see what you guys got going on. McGryan, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, I appreciate it. Pretty much summed everything up. Tried to get out as much information as I can. That's in the current market. Touch on a little bit of everything. So hopefully it was informative, fun, and you all tune in tomorrow evening. I think we got something going on all week long. So make sure you subscribe, like, put on those notices, and that way you don't miss them. But appreciate everybody coming out.
Most definitely, guys. So we definitely appreciate you guys, man. Tune into the next one. Our next one will be on Wednesday as far as a live stream. Tomorrow we have a Twitter space at 8 p.m. Central Time. Tune into that. The live stream on Wednesday will be at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, just like this one. So other than that, we'll see you guys later. You guys enjoy your night.